Although Kai may not be the most powerful ninja, he is one of the most important. He's been the featured ninja for 3 waves and is almost always heavily promoted, even if he isn't necessarily an important character in that storyline. So it's no surprise that he has had a ton of great sets throughout the years, which is why today we are going to be ranking them. Before this list begins, please remember that price and TV show portrayal will not be a factor in this list. Kicking off our list is Kai's bike from Skybound. This bike mainly suffers for the same reason as most other bikes in a double bike set. It is a small build with nothing really special about it, but nothing particularly bad either. Really, it's just a simple bike build which looks pretty cool, but just doesn't have anything that really separates it from most other builds. The Destiny's Wing is one of Kai's most recent vehicles, but it's also one of the most forgettable. I should have forgot the name of this set while making this list, it's literally that unmemorable. However, that doesn't mean that this vehicle is a bad one. It does have some solid play features and an overall nice design and concept going for it, but at the end of the day, it's just a very average set, which is not enough to earn it a high spot on the list, especially when compared to the rest of Kai's arsenal. Kai's Fire Mech from the final battle may be the smallest set on this list, however, it is definitely one of the best. As far as $10 sets go, this set is extremely good. And as far as mechs go, it's actually pretty acceptable. It has a lot of great articulation, actually much better than a typical LEGO mech, and despite its size, it manages to pull off a simple but yet great design, and it even does a great job implementing the construction system into the set as a part of the build. And although, it does not have any play functions, the actual build itself makes up for it in the amount of functionality that the set has, making it an overall great vehicle. The original Fire Dragon is the simplest of the original dragons and is very easily one of the worst. It's basically a worse version of the Ice Dragon because it is a much more lacking build in posability because of the lack of ankle articulation and the lack of overall ball joints all around. Now, although it does mostly lack in posability, it does still have some good points. The molded head isn't my particularly favorite thing, however it has the advantage of shooting the breath, which is very nice, and in this case they did print a little bit of a fire design on the ball. The actual look of the dragon is pretty nice, and the color scheme, they did a great job implementing all the colors to really give the fire vibe, and of course it has the foldable wings and it has the claws so you can grab minifigures. So while it's not a overall great dragon, it's still a pretty fine build and overall pretty good but very lacking in some aspects. The Katana V11 or Katana V11 is fittingly Kai's one and only water-based vehicle, and it's actually surprisingly solid. My favorite part about the boat has to be the design. It was the first vehicle Kai had since 2012 to implement the dark yellow highlights, and it helped make for a much more vibrant look. The shaping of the boat is also really nice, and it actually played into the function by being able to lower the sides and angle the spring-loaded shooters to allow for the 2 different modes being attack mode and speed mode. Overall, the vehicle is very solid, and I do hope that in the future LEGO will make more water-based vehicles like this. The Kai Fighter was the first plane that Kai had, and it remains the best of them. The main reason for that is of course the transformation feature, which folded the wings back, creating a more high-speed look and creating more dynamics for the vehicle. The jet itself opted for a more fighter jet-like appearance, which worked out very well here, but overall the set didn't really have that much to it beyond the transformation feature, which kept it a little bit lower on this list. The X1 Ninja Charger is the second vehicle that Kai used during Rebooted, and it is definitely the better of the two. The vehicle is a full-on playset featuring a spinning turret and flick fire missiles for defense, and it also had a motorcycle which could eject from the front so you could get into smaller places or just get to places faster if needed. The Charger also has a cool and creative design going for it with some nice shaping, allowing it to be one of Kai's best vehicles. Kies' Blade Psycho is the vehicular incarnation of Kies' Sword of Fire, and despite its size, it is actually quite good. Similar to the Kai Fighter, it has a transformation feature in which the blades splay out from the side, creating another dynamic for the vehicle. The design is simple, but it does have some very nice touches all around, my personal favorite being how they just slightly lean the bike forward, creating a more interesting design from the front. The designer also did a good job shaping the front with a lot of different curved pieces on angles and adding lots of fire details as well as Kai's symbol. And overall, it just creates an overall great looking vehicle and a great set. I've been talking a lot lately about why I think the Firstborn Dragon is so great, so I'm going to be trying to keep this brief. Basically, this is one of the best dragons out there, mainly because of the plate features it has, being the whipping tail and the flapping wings, and the overall great design. The designers pretty much put everything you would want for a dragon set in here, with the only exception being waist articulation, but pretty much everything else is great, especially the features, making this an overall great set and a great buy. And at number 1 is the Fire Mech from the LEGO Ninjago movie. I personally really love the design of this mech. There are a ton of different colors all around it, which all perfectly come together to form a very vibrant color scheme, which looks great. The play features in this mech are okay at best. The disc shooters are very well implemented, and the spinning frames really aren't that good because, you know, they don't really actually do any shooters, all just a facade, but they do look good as far as appearance go. The articulation in the mech is also pretty good, and although it doesn't have any knee articulation, I don't think that's really that bad because a lot of people grab the mech from the leg during play because the torso is so bulky, it's difficult for people to actually grip it, so the leg becomes the next best spot, and the fixed knees keep it from falling over when people lift it. Now, when compared to Firstborn, I can't really see much things that are much better in the Fire Mech than compared to the Firstborn, and they're very interchangeable to me. And full disclosure here, I don't actually have the Firstborn set because as of the time of this video, you know, it's not out in North America, so I haven't been able to buy it. So my opinions might change over time. I'll keep you guys updated if any opinions change. But as it is right now, I personally am putting the Fire Mech at number 1 as my favorite Kai vehicle just because of the design and the overall great appearance of this set. And so that was my current ranking of Kai's vehicles. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your own list in the comment section below. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.